Centaur, right? No, Slaughter.
Slaughter. Okay, it's very easy for you to use these razors just to get a cheeky kill. She does not have a big health pool. And even now, Wish still chasing. He's going to get another raise off here. I mean, that's a 4 stack on, and now the ranged one as well. Wish! Jesus.
In the last pitch. Oh, there you go.
Oh, has to joke. Yeah. Could be in some... Well, it's actually the Slark is in some trouble as he's being lifted up, thrown back, and another bash in the deep. Does manage to purge it off. He's trying to fight into Hestajo here. That's not going to happen, but couldn't get away either, so might as well go for the kill. But Yo will cancel out that south. He's looking for the kill as well, and he's going to be able to find it here. The Crystal Maiden comes charging into the bottom lane here, which is not going to be easy. Yeah, they're going to Zidtrax right now, but the stun onto the creep going to hold Nefrit back for a little bit longer, but Yo's on top of him. Zidtrax should be losing his life right now as Nefrit will run him down. Yeah.
But top.
Oh, the roar comes out with the ultimate from Wish as well, turning it around. Hestajo walks into the fight and immediately blown up. Excalibur trying to play around that creep, use this Fire Blaze, but unfortunately he's just going to give his life here. I mean, the Grave's going to come out onto Excalibur. He's trying to go for the TP. Is it going to make it out? Just about does. They're really trying to break high ground with 4 heroes right now.
I mean, there's nothing they can do.
Yeah, that's just pure confidence. Excalibur taking some hits, and now comes a roar as Boogie blinking up onto the high ground. That's the blink reveal they're looking for. TA eventually will be able to get away, but unfortunately she's under so much damage. Going to go for the TP out and will be able to make it into the base, but dies in the base anyway. That's pretty sad. Excalibur getting dropped despite a nicely timed TP, but sometimes that damage just follows you. Well, Wish getting really low here, but still holding on to that Aegis, and Nefrit could be an amazing target here. They see him, they need the lift, they get it, throwing him back into Hester. Well, they'd actually throw him back here, which might be a mistake. He's managed to get the ultimate off. Meanwhile, the TPs are coming in over towards the outpost, and it looks like they're bailing on this one. Hester's going to accept his fate, but I'm not sure Excalibur's getting out of this one. She's getting chunked down here, going for the TP, but the damage is way too much with the leash as well. That's going to cancel out the TP. Both Boogie's going to fall, Excalibur's going to drop as well, and WindandRain.
Yeah, they don't really have any more spells to play. They have
Lift
one
up
more.
onto Weaver. Do they have the lockdown for him? They're going to get the stun out from the Sven. A little bit more damage will be needed. No, he gets the time lapse off. That is so costly. Now the damage starts coming through onto the Sven. He doesn't have the BKB. Sorry, he does have the BKB, but I mean, it's not going to make a difference. Can't TP, can't survive, can't do anything. Sakuchi lifting up onto CM. CM will be a good target right now. Storm comes out from Hestajo, but Yol has himself the Ghost Scepter and just survives through the whole damn thing, and Hestajo goes down just like that. BKB's popped the ulti from Sven as well. They're trying to bring down the Crystal Maiden, but she's so damn tanky with all this armor, she's just gonna live. Yol will finally disappear, but Nefrit's on the rampage. He's managed to kill off the Rubik. Looking for his next hero right now. Meanwhile, Singularity, they buy back on the Rubik and try to re-engage here, and all the time lapse. He has Yaganims on the Weaver. They keep Wish alive. They thought they had him, but he just moves him back slightly, and that's just going to ruin the gank, and now Hestajo forced. I think that was actually by his teammate.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a little bit awkward. He turned around just the wrong point. Wish also getting low, but once again gets himself time-lapse back. Nefrit just going absolutely berserk right now. 33 Agi on this man, and the GG is called. We'll be going to game 2. Game number 1, a bit of a disaster for Singularity.
It was a rough game.
So let's rush. Look at Yol's positioning here, and Nika as well. They're just coming around in the back here. They might not realize it's happening right now, but Hestajo's suddenly surrounded. Iron has already used this Shadow Wave, but it's Nefrit who's also dropping kind of low as well. They've got to be careful. Hestajo going north into the trees here. Nika trying to chase him down. He's got a bash. Will not be able to find it with the poison coming through. I think they finished off Hestajo all the same. And there's a bash just to finish it off. There's your first blood, guarding Yol from hitting Iron for now. So these guys will be able to trade hits with one another. Just trying to play around this pull which they've made on the Radiant and trying to grab these creeps, secure them if they can, but Yol doing his best. And now actually there's a TP in here on the Prophet coming in from behind, but Hestajo's dropping really low. Yol's going to be the target of this gank with a Shadow Wave with those treants there as well. That's a ton of damage coming down. Hestajo, he gets stunned up, and there's a bit of damage coming out onto him. TNC's like, I'm going to deny him. They really shouldn't, because he's going to survive. This lane of phase going well, and the TP into middle lane as Excalibur's getting ganked right now, but his Ion's on top of him as well. Heals come out, and now the progression is going to turn onto Wish. Nikwa comes in from behind, trying to find a bash onto somebody here, but it's not going to happen, so therefore the Tiny will die. And now we're looking towards Nika as well. There might be another kill to be had here. Beautiful stun comes out from Excalibur, and Iron finishes off with a Shadow Wave. Yeah, he's looking
which is really good.
Now. Excalibur's actually turned up in this top lane, and they're going to see if they can get a kill onto Nefrit, but Nefrit is moving pretty well right now as Hestajo gets taken down by Wish. Everybody turning up to this top lane right now as Excalibur just holding on to that Pulse Nova, trying to turn it around, but the stun's dodged out by both. Excalibur gets himself back, Meanwhile, WindandRain, they'll settle with just one kill for now. Well, there actually is. A charge comes forwards. DNZ is going to be the target of this one, and there's a bash as well. Gale comes through, and DNZ is dropped down. Meanwhile, Hesjo comes flying in from behind, and Nequa will probably be put to bed right now, so they get at least something in response. Zitrax, they're trying to put on the pressure right now, but there's a TP coming in, and it's Excalibur right behind them. Here comes a charge from Zitrax, who's stolen the form of the Spirit Breaker and will be able to bring him down. Very nicely done. Gonna be a fight breaking out here. Wish coming in from behind, trying to go for the quick break off onto Excalibur, but then comes that Shallow Grave. He's still got a ton of mana to throw out, so he's just gonna turn around and start fighting, and Boogie gets annihilated, as does Yol. It's a bad start to the fight for WindandRain. Excalibur in the trees. They want to at least get this one kill, and with the tree, they will be able to bring him down. Nequa charging through these trees right now, but Nequa now being beaten down. Zitrax is gonna find him in the trees, chasing him around. Nequa trying to go for the jukes. Pretty nicely done actually here, as he's able to find himself a little bit of safety. Nefrit, meanwhile, getting beaten down, but he's okay for the time being. Enigma, Nequa just comes flying back out again. Not quite sure if that's the play, buddy. He's now being chased down and will be killed off by that poison touch from mine. Meanwhile, Nefrit throwing some spells down at them from the high ground, like the peasants below they are. Now an avalanche toss, and they're going to grab Iron and finally get him down. Meanwhile, Hestejo being beaten in by Nefrit. Where is this Morphling? I think he's actually... He's behind him, but he can't actually get over there in time.
They're still fighting this. If they find Morphling...
Yeah, this could be really bad. He doesn't have enough mana to TP. Zitrax, he's got nothing to do but die. Everybody comes in. And DNZ, oh dear God, that's not a good idea. Luckily, they don't have any more stuns to throw out, but they're running in right now, but can't really find and engage. Okay, Wish, there we go. That's a big target. DNZ manages to find it. Don't worry, team, I'll grab him. Does manage to get him in the trees. Wish, oh, he even pops a BKB as he tries to run away. That is very costly. That's the whole 10-second BKB charge now gone as Neek was being chased. He turns around with the ultimate, accepting his fate and diving head first.
All right.
Fight's breaking out right now. Zitrax having to put his BKB very early on into this one. He's trying to deal with Wish, but now they look over towards Yol, and Yol just gets torn apart. Meanwhile, Nequa coming in, charging into this fight. With this wall down, they're doing a fair amount of damage. Zitrax in trouble. He's pushed up to the high ground, though. He's going to be able to get the waveform down to the low ground. Now he's going to get himself out. Meanwhile, Hesjo won't be so lucky. He's going to get dropped. Meanwhile, Aegis is popped on Excalibur in the wall as he's immediately being jumped on, trying to go for the TP out, but that's not happening. Excalibur's going to die again here. He just destroys towers now. Look at this man go. Stun comes out onto the tiny bit of charge and response here. It's going to be bad. They've managed to grab the Dazzle on the backlines here, but attack cross over from Zitrax. Going to keep them off him. He's still trying to play around with them. He goes in super deep right now. BKB pop. Nequa will finally drop that ultimate onto him. Not getting that much done to Zitrax. Meanwhile, Excalibur, he's dropping low. A charge comes through. The damage is there. Excalibur getting himself away. The poison nova's on him as well, so he can't really afford to stay in this fight anymore. Meanwhile, the Zac, oh, beautiful vacuum coming them back. All of them caught out by the Venomous Gale. They're trying to run, but they're slowed down, and Nefrit is just hounding on them right now. But that said, no one has actually died just yet. And it looks like the Centaur might survive as well. Yeah, he's definitely going to live. Zitrax, though, he's in pretty deep. The Invis going to help him out. A beautiful stun as well, holding back WindandRain. WindandRain, though, they're not done right now. They're staying on the high ground. Nequa has eventually died, and that is a signal that WindandRain need to back themselves away. So there you go. We're learning, guys. We're learning.
It's a nice story.
Meanwhile, Excalibur's just sitting on the front lines right now, but he's taking a fair amount of damage. He's taking a walloping, actually. He's nullified, but in comes the Lotus to return the nullification. Taking everything all right as Wish is dropping kind of low here. The Stampede's being popped by Hestejo, but he's just running in circles. Nequa is going to be the target, though. Nequa will drop. Wish with the BKB being a bit of a threat. Zitrax on the back lines, though, also just trying to fight up into Wish. Excalibur trying to TP back to the fountain. Meanwhile, in they go onto Hestejo, and they're just tearing him apart with that nullifier. They've got a mountain of Phantom Lancers just taking down these barracks right now. DNZ having trouble just with this morphing illusion as well. Meanwhile, they jump in forward past the PL. They will be able to take him down once at the very least. Can they do it again? They're going to have to time the stun, but it's not on cooldown. Meanwhile, DNZ just TP straight up into the front lines right now, trying to grab Nefrit, but can't quite find him. They'll grab the Darkseer instead. Darkseer slowly losing his health, and he is going to go down here. Now look for more. A stun comes out. They've managed to cap the Venomancer as well. Yol is going to die to Hestejo. Yol, they found him here. He's struggling in the trees right now, gets hit, and now they're on top of him, and this is going to be a Venomancer possibly going down, but Wish is coming in, trying to save the day. Zitrax looks over to him, and he's actually going to get the poison over off before he goes down. I don't think it's going to make much of a difference, so they will finish the job, but I say that Nequa's flying into this one. 3-man stun. Vacuum comes out as well. They're holding him still. Now Stampede comes down. They're trying to take this fight all the same. Zitrax on the backline manages to pick off Buki, but now he's silenced up. He's stuck in the anti-fall. Luckily, the Loot Sword comes out onto him. He's going to purge that off, and he can turn around, pop that BKB, and maybe take the fight into Nefrit right now. But Nefrit, he is just all over the place. In fact, He's not even here. He's gone. See you later, boys.
Spider legs. Oh my god.
So like giving the Tiny an avenue of escape. DNZ coming in. Beautiful block there. You can eat one tree, but you can't eat two. Oh, apparently you can. I don't know what. Oh, spider legs again. Okay, well, we're still on the run from this one as he tosses up the centaur. And spider legs in 3, 2, 1.
Oh
go, Wish,
God.
go! Oh no, there's more heroes in this direction. Another TP from DNZ as Wish is just buying them all the time in the world. Surely this is it. Yep, they will finally bring down Wish. I think they're pinging him here. They might have known this. And Yola's actually caught out here. Then comes a charge. They're going to turn this around onto DNZ. Meanwhile, Tiny, he's looking straight over towards Excalibur. Excalibur, plenty tanky as he runs forwards into this one. The BKB pop from Wish. Meanwhile, on the back lines, they go for the kill. They will be able to take down Yola, but he gets off the ultimate all the same. Meanwhile, Nefrit joins the fight. In comes a wall. They're trying to fight him up right now, but Singularity are holding pretty damn well. Zitrak's the only one taking any damage, and Tiny, he's going to get brought down. Singularity holding very, very well here. They'll look over towards Nefrit. Nefrit's on the run, trying to go for the DP. Hesjo, can he get the stun? No, he cannot. Meanwhile, Nefrit just trying to use his illusions as the best he can.
26k gold lead.
Oh, Wish just comes flying out right now. Look at him go with the spider legs, just jumping in, but they actually hold him still in the middle of the air. But Spirit Breaker's the one who gets stunned up and brought down, and I'm not too sure what actually happened there. I think Nikwa tried to jump in, but might have got caught in mid-air with a stun. Zitrak's a little bit low on mana, at the very least, and Yol just gonna pop off the ultimate, and nice wall comes out with the vacuum as well. They're immediately turning the damage off onto Boogie. I'm not sure he's gonna survive this one, trying to get himself away. Magic Lamp buys him a tiny bit of time, but he still does get dropped. Buyback from Boogie. There is no buyback. Oh no. Oh god, Excalibur on the front line. Now he does have this cheese whenever this grade ends, so could maybe look for the turnaround here. Yol's going to be thrown onto him right now, but I'm not sure Yol wanted that as he's going to get it blown up immediately. On Zertrax losing his health very quickly, but there comes a grave out from Iron. Once again, they'll jump forwards. Poison Touch thrown down onto Wish as he turns around with a beautiful avalanche onto 3 heroes, slowing them down, but for what cost is there onto him immediately. He throws back Zitrak, but Zitrak's back on him like a rash. Blinks forward, stun up. Tiny's getting brought down low, and Wish will be finished off, but in comes Nefrit. Looking to make something happen here. Another vacuum holding them steady. Boogie trying to fight as they just hold the high ground here on Singularity. 2 heroes dead. They might have just won this one as they've got Nefrit stunned up, but they need the damage follow-up right now. The Morphling is just not here currently. He's actually back at base, waiting. He's got the boots of travel to come back into this one. Meanwhile, by the time he's gone, his team is still doing absolutely fine, and Hesjo, he's just with the singular retaliate charge, is going to be able to finish off that ranged Rax. Middle barracks going down as well. Bottom barracks going to be the next port of call for Singularity. They might be evening this series up right now. 40k goal advantage. Very hard to see WindandRain coming back from this one. And in goes Snefrit, jumping in immediately. The Aegis is gone, but just as quickly the Phantom Lancer gets vaporized. Wish trying to fight it up, cleaving through 4 heroes, but they just don't care. He's just not doing enough damage. Iron in the backlines trying to play around right now. Does get jumped on by the Spirit Breaker. Also comes onto him as well. It's a lot of damage, and the Nullifier means that, oh, actually it gets broken. And now he can just blink himself up onto the high ground. Flicker coming in very useful as he plays around this fight right now. Meanwhile, Wish gets brought down on the front lines. It looks like Nefrit's going to be dropped as well. Nikwa's still trying to fight up. It's not happening though. Nefrit's going to get dropped and the GG is called. The game goes to Singularity. We go into a game 3.
Alchemist.
Oh.
But I think the game is getting kinda hard for Dire.
Yol could be in some trouble. They're just going to tank the silence, or they're actually going to run to either side of it. But actually, the Skyrath Rage got silenced up anyway, but it doesn't matter. Hesjo gets a couple of moments of courage off, and he gets himself first blood in the top lane. That's very beneficial for them, as you say. Bloodseeker was becoming a bit of a problem, but he's going to pop the blood right now. Hesjo forced into the trees, tries to eat his way through here, but Nefrit's just going to chase him down. He has the vision. Meanwhile, Excalibur turns up, and Nefrit's just going to be pretty annoying. One more available still. Oh, down he goes. Yol actually dies to the duel there. Hesjo manages to pull it off. Meanwhile, Boogie and Wish.
It's getting dangerously. I mean...
Oh, I'm going for the TP out here. Might be able to make it. Does actually die in base. You can see his corpse lying on the fountain floor. Meanwhile, Boogie is going to die in response to this one as Excalibur comes charging into this fight. He's got this radiance. He wants to make WindandRain feel it. There's a blood right down. I don't think Alchemist cares. Keeps on... Oh, no. Apparently silence is also a AFK button on the Alchemist, but still they go forward to get the root. Nefrit is going to get dropped, and Wish probably heading the same way as well. Unstable Concoction finds him out here. WindandRain, they are just getting crushed. But until then, it's going to feel pretty impotent as Evil up in the top lane. They found Yol once again. There comes a Rupture onto Hestejo. Hestejo doesn't really have a way out of this one, so Nefrit will get the return kill. Pretty beneficial for WindandRain, that one, I would say. Not a worthwhile trade, though. It is dual damage, and maybe if they kill Nefrit, it will be worth it as they jump down onto him right now. The silence is out, but damage is there, and down goes the Bloodseeker about 3 seconds ago. And he's already out of here, and now Nefrit's in some real trouble as in comes the taunt, in comes the ultimate from the Skyroth as well. It's going to take down Nefrit, immediately jumping forward onto the Invoker. He gets finished off. Yol also being beaten down the backlines. Singularity find themselves 3 quick kills and turning into a tower. No WindandRain players allowed. They're going on to Nefrit once again. They have got that duel available, and they're going to be coming down. The tornado comes ripping through, but it's a little bit too late. And now with a call forward onto the Ember Spirit, they're going to see if they can make something happen. Zitrax out of mana, might be out of health, but here comes Excalibur. Here comes a big boy. He's going to tear through Boogie, chasing him down. Meanwhile, Ein deals with Nikwa. Boogie has dropped 2 more kills. That XP is going to tick in. They should get this one. Meanwhile, Yol is very much dead. Alchemist stuns himself on the high ground. That's really not a big deal, I don't think. Call comes out. They're going to go on to the Ember Spirit on the backlines here. They might be able to take him down in time, but no, in comes Excalibur, dropping down Boogie and Nefrit straight away. They do have a buyback on the Bloodseeker. Up for a siege. The rest of Singularity gathering around the mid lane. This might be the moment they try and break high ground. I'm jumping in on top of the Invoker, trying to bring him down just by himself, and he's pretty much done it. Down goes the Invoker. The 4 position killed the mid laner. Zitrax running through the backline of the fight. Yol is dropped. They do get the kill onto Ein. It's something, but look at the damage coming through right now as Alchemist on the front lines. A duel comes out, Nefrit killed. He's got a buyback. There's a possibility of a defense here, but apparently he got off his ulti in that fight. You wouldn't be able to tell judging by the health on Singularity, and they're just moving straight up to top. Nikwa trying to do something here, hiding in these trees. Looking nearby, but they found him. They've got him. Dead to rights. Excalibur blows him up once again, gets woken up from his own stun. Rax now being taken, DNZ hiding behind his tree. Nikwa gonna come in forward onto the Alchemist. They'll throw down the poisons. Excalibur is in. Oh, no, goodbye Yol, and nearly goodbye Wish as well, as with his Aghanim, Zitrax just comes flying in.
So that's basically Blink.
Oop.
Can get Blink instead of Aethys and save 500 gold.
I've been booted from the game.
Yeah, me too.
We got stats up as well here, but I mean, that was just a bit of running over. 0 deaths on the Alchemist, 24,000. Did he? Yeah, 934 GPM. In a game this short, it's very tricky to break 1,000, but